Now we look at the advantages and disadvantages of sexual and asexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, there are two distinct advantages. One is that there is formation of new genetic combinations with desirable characteristics. And this is most particularly so where there is cross-fertilization. That is, when the gametes come from different individuals, then there is cross-fertilization. This leads to the development of desirable characteristics. That is, the new genetic combinations as a result of cross-fertilization may lead to the development of desirable characteristics. The second advantage is that sexual reproduction brings about variation. That is, the offspring are not genetically identical, so there is variation. Now, because of variation, there is evolution of the species. When you have within the population members that are slightly different in some respect, you find that these differences will give certain advantages to some members. And because of that, those that have the advantageous characteristics or differences will be able to survive in larger numbers and pass on their characteristics to their offspring. So in time, the entire population changes by acquiring the desirable characteristics, and that's how evolution comes about. However, there are disadvantages that are associated with the sexual reproduction. The first one, in fact, is the flip side of the advantage, is that these new genetic combinations that are formed may bring about undesirable characteristics. That is, there are two sides. The new genetic combinations may result in good characteristics or may result in undesirable characteristics. In such a case, then that becomes a disadvantage. Second disadvantage is the mutations or errors that occur, especially during gamete formation. Mutations may also lead to undesirable characteristics. And then the third disadvantage is that sexual reproduction, especially where there are separate male and female individuals, has lower chances of success because the male and female gametes from different individuals must be brought together for fertilization to occur. So this depends on chance events. It depends on external factors and external agents. So this lowers the chances of successful sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, there are also advantages and disadvantages. The advantage in asexual reproduction is that it is faster. It's a faster means of reproduction, as it does not involve some stages such as fertilization and germination or pollination. So it's a faster means of reproduction. Secondly, since there is no genetic variation, given that the offspring are genetically identical to their parents, so there is retention of the good parental qualities. Third advantage is that it's only one parent that is required for the process, so there is a higher chances of success and also higher chances of offspring survival, especially where the new organisms obtain nutrients from the parent, thus increasing the chances of survival. So where only one parent is required, like in asexual reproduction, then there are also higher chances of success. Since we don't need two parents for asexual reproduction to take place, so that makes it not only faster, but increases the chances of successful reproduction. However, there are disadvantages. One is that since the offspring are genetically identical to the parent, it means that there is retention of undesirable parental qualities. And then secondly, again, since the offspring are also identical with one another, there is lack of variation. And because of the lack of variation, the species does not adapt at all or adapts very slowly to changing environmental conditions, thus can easily become extinct. With lack of variation, should there be a change in the environment that requires new characteristics to survive, then the offspring will lack those new characteristics. And because of the lack of the new characteristics, they will be wiped out en masse.